I think 90 Day Fiancé, the other way couple Brandan and Mary DeNuccio don't deserve the criticism they've been getting from us fans since their season premiered. There are far worse couples in the franchise than these younglings. Brandan and Mary's storyline attracted eyeballs because of their video calls. It appears Brandan and Mary had such severe trust issues that they had to be on call with each other 24/7, even when they slept or went to the bathroom. Mary sometimes disconnected the Wi-Fi so she could hang out with her male friends. However, Mary became livid when she saw Brandan interacting with other women. I think these were issues that the couple was able to easily overcome when they started living together. However, Brandan and Mary now fought about money, with Brandan even calling Mary a scammer when they had arguments. Still, Brandan and Mary are together to this day, despite the trust issues and money woes. They are away from the limelight, showing no interest in thriving off the fame they got at an early age from the reality TV show. When I first watched Brandan on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 5, he was already packing his things to go to the Philippines. Brandan was leaving everything behind in the US so he could join Mary in her village. My heart broke for Brandan as she narrated his past involving his parents, who split when he was about 3 or 4, and how his mom lost custody of Brandan when he turned 15 years old. Brandan had to go live with his father for 3 years, but the man was demanding and hostile. Brandan had left his own father's house and wandered from pillar to post to find a place to stay. He even lived in his truck for 2 months until his godparents took him under their wing. The then 21-year-old Brandan also faced a bad breakup and was done with everything. He may have felt like a burden on his godparents. He was anyway, living in an RV to not intrude into their space inside their home. Brandan was yearning for an escape, which came in the form of Mary. It explains why Brandan is still living with Mary. I've noticed most The Other Way stars returning to the US when living in a different country gets too difficult for them. Brandan not only moved, but he was also already planning for his future in the Philippines at such a young age. Brandan wanted a stable home, a roof over his head he could call his own, and a family that wouldn't desert him. I felt proud of Brandan when he revealed he had started working extra jobs and sent all the money he could to Mary so she could build a house and start a business. Brandan and Mary were irresponsible, and I did join other fans in criticizing them when they revealed they were having a baby. I didn't think they should have had kids when they couldn't afford to feed themselves. I wondered if they'd be the kind of parents that made their child FaceTime with them 24/7 too when she grew up and yearned for freedom. While that's a bridge that doesn't need to be crossed now, Brandan and Mary are trying to give their child a secure future and the love they never received from their mom and dad. Brandan was neglected by his parents, but Mary suffered a worse fate at the hands of her mom and dad. Mary's parents had abandoned her when she was very little. She was raised by her elderly grandparents, who were on the show. Mary and Brandan belonged to dysfunctional families, but they seemed to be trying their best to be better parents to midnight than their own parents had ever been. I suppose the biggest controversy ever in Mary and Brandan's 90 Day Fiancé relationship took place when Mary announced she had cancer. Brandan had made a post claiming Mary had colon cancer. Mary said that there had been blood in her feces for years. Once it happened again, Mary's doctor asked for her colon to be removed. The couple shared a GoFundMe so fans could help them. However, fans had doubts about Mary's claims. I too couldn't figure out why Mary and Brandan weren't giving more information about how much the treatment cost, etc. The way Brandan worded his request when he wrote, "We need help, not judgments," also made his request sound suspicious. Eventually, Mary clarified the colon cancer claims by revealing she did not have cancer. She admitted she had made a mistake and added, "I'm just a human. I'm very sorry, everyone." When the doctor told her she had a colon issue, the innocent Mary assumed it was cancer. She had an anxiety attack and posted about it without thinking. She accepted it was her fault as she added, "Please stop harassing me and wishing me to die." Brandan and Mary are still very young and navigating life together as they learn from their mistakes. It is rumored that they got fired for repeatedly violating their NDA. Mary was doing TikTok lives with a baby crying in the background, which revealed she had a child with Brandan. However, if I remember correctly, it was Brandan's mother who had spoiled their storyline by posting wedding pictures on Facebook and never taking them down when the show went on air. She had also posted something about having a grandchild, which further ruined the couple's interesting storyline as far as I can see. Mary and Brandan's spoilers were not intentional. If they wanted to, they could have made fans think they were broken up or divorced by creating drama online. 90-Day Fiancé. The other way viewers were invested in their storyline. But Mary and Brandan weren't crafty like Jasmine Pina and Gino Palazzolo or Rob Warren and Sophie Sierra to keep posting cryptic updates that kept entertaining fans with their social media fights. Mary and Brandan were sadly not entertaining either. I can hardly remember them giving any meme-worthy moments. Please subscribe this channel